This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I really appreciate you joining me today, and thank you to everybody that has watched our London Street News episode. We've got some more stories to cover from London, but also across the UK. This first story is about a man that has been jailed for 7 years after police found 3 firearms inside his house. Mohammed Khan had been trying to sell the firearms, it was discovered, and this video footage on body cam shows the moment that he was arrested, and he has just been convicted and jailed this week. In this next story, staying in London, and it's about a former police officer that resigned after he was charged with sexual offences relating to children. PC Adam Merriman had already been on trial in 2017 for harassment and assault of his former girlfriend Alex McLaren, who was also a police officer. PC Merriman found out that Miss McLaren had kissed another male colleague on a night out after checking her phone. He then left the Ann Summers bag containing a sex toy on the bonnet of her car that was parked outside the police station, where all 3 officers worked. The prosecution accused him of trying to embarrass her after what she had done, and she'd left him. He was found not guilty of that, but he was subsequently subject to a disciplinary, and now he's gone on to actually be charged with child pornography, and now new charges have emerged. And at the time of his offending, he was a serving police officer. So PC Adam Merriman was arrested in March, and he pled guilty straight away to child pornography offences, but this week he has now been charged with more offences because he pled guilty to the previous offences, and this case has just been released by the police to say that he's now got a series of other offences. In a recent statement by the police, they said that he's now been charged with sexual assault by touching a child under 13, arranging the commission of a child sex offence ×6, sexual activity in the presence of a child ×2, making indecent images of a child ×3, possession of extreme pornography ×3, and possession of a prohibited image of a child. So some of these offences are different to what he pled guilty to before. So this means they've now added these on to the original conviction that he already got. But I feel that this story has got very little coverage, and I don't believe anybody really is aware of how many offences this officer committed while he was actually serving. So we're definitely going to follow this story, and I'd really appreciate it if you shared it as well to support the channel and to also raise awareness for cases like this that don't get as much coverage on mainstream media. Staying on the subject of corrupt police officers, a serving Metropolitan police officer is due to appear in court following an investigation by Hertfordshire Police. PC Jake Cummins, attached to the Central West Command Unit, has been charged with 2 counts of rape, 3 counts of stalking, 3 counts of controlling and coercive behaviour, and 3 counts of voyeurism, and these charges relate to 3 female victims. He is due to appear for trial at St Albans Court on the 2nd of September, and the Metropolitan Crime Command is aware of PC Cummins and he's been suspended from duty. So this is shocking, and also the fact that I didn't hear anything about this, and there's a very small article in the police press office relating to it where they don't even release a photograph of him, and 3 victims is ridiculous. This is showing that it's behaviour that is repeated, and it has probably been going on for a long time, and following the previous convictions of other officers, it really makes you question what sort of filters they've got in place to make sure that people are safe when they give these people positions of power. So we'll definitely be following this story as well, and I really want to hear what the viewers have to say on that story and these charges. In this next story, it's an update to a case that we covered last year, and 3 men after a trial have now been jailed for 70 years for the murder of a man in Wembley. Ali Amiri, Joshua Oladele and Mika Hines appeared at Snaresbrook Crown Court on the 28th of August 2024. They were sentenced as follows. Oladele was sentenced to life in prison to serve a minimum of 28 years. Hines was sentenced to life in prison to serve a minimum of 25 years. Al-Amiri was sentenced to life in prison to serve a minimum of 24 years. Police investigating the murder were recognised for the detail and attention that they had given to the case, and all involved in the trial were issued with judges' commendations. The 3 men armed themselves with weapons before fatally stabbing a 25-year-old man called Hamza Iqbal in Wembley, and were all convicted following the trial that ended on the 20th of August 2024. The court heard how Hamza was attacked when he was out with friends in Olympic Way on the evening of the 24th of September 2023. The three defendants had gone out that night armed with knives and machetes and were wearing masks. Why Hamza was singled out has never been established, but he was attacked with severe ferocity by all three defendants, suffering 23 knife wounds, one of which ended his life. The police and the London Ambulance Service attended the scene, and Hamza was taken to hospital, but despite the best efforts of emergency services, nothing could be done to save his life. Detectives began to piece together the events of that evening. They compiled footage from a painstaking trawl of CCTV, which led to the identification and arrest of the suspects. Detective Chief Inspector Mark Rogers led the investigation, and he said this was a ferocious sustained attack by three men that left Hamza with no opportunity to defend himself. His family is devastated by the loss, and their lives are forever changed by the actions of these violent thugs. These three men went out armed with weapons that evening, and the only conclusion the police said that could be made is that they had intent on committing violence. The investigation worked hard to build a case, and he ensured that they would face the consequences of their actions. And he ended it by saying that although nothing could bring Hamza back, it's his sincere hope that his family find a measure of solace in knowing that those responsible will spend many years behind bars for his murder. So really look forward to hearing what the viewers have to say on that story, and rest in peace to Hamza too. So I really appreciate you joining me for this episode. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Follow on social media as well at Scarcity Studios, and also share the video to support the channel. Peace.